Some of y'all women, you're doing too much. You are the bear in the forest.
Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video, it's another amazing conversation. So there is this video of a sister coming to talk about the situation that's been going on with the bear and a man. If you don't know, there's this big conversation that is going on social media about women, if they are stuck in the woods, if they will pick a bear over a man, and this has struck a bigger conversation. But in this video, we're going to hear a sister coming for women that said they are going to pick a bear over a man, and she went on to talk a whole lot of things, talking about how would women talk about how they are going to pick a bear over a man, when a woman will give a number, go on dating app, that some women are ready to break their back just to be with a man, and yet women are saying that they will pick a bear over a man. She wanted to talk about how even some women talking they are going to pick a bear over a man will not even be picked by a man, that because they are not attractive, they are not, like, a man will not even come for them, so why would they even be talking about them picking a bear over a man? And this has struck a bigger conversation that has gotten a lot of people to respond to our video, and I personally have a lot to say about what she said, because some of the things she said was like, okay, some of them were like giving side eye. Anyway, guys, let's go hear what this creator have to say, and then I'll come back and share more of my thoughts and share people's thoughts on this. So let's go check it out, and then I want to know your own thoughts on what she said down in the comment section. So let's go check it out.
A bear. You would rather be stuck in the forest with a bear over a man. Let's go ahead and hang these internet conversations up right now expeditiously. This was just rage baiting at its finest, right? And I can't even entertain it, because at the end of the day, we all know how thirsty women are for men. We all know how women bend over backwards for men. We all know the things that women are willing to do for men. So to believe that they'd rather be stuck in the forest with a bear rather than a man, be for real. The craziest part about the question was they never said a violent man. They never said a serious. They never said anything as far as the type of man that you be in the forest with. But immediately the first thing that they assumed is that the man would be more violent than the bear. As if on a day-to-day basis they fighting for their life when they dealing with men and encountering men on a day-to-day basis. I seen one woman stitch the video and she made it seem as if on a day-to-day basis she have to go through all of these different things to avoid men. You probably need to seek help, because if you're dealing with trauma that's that severe that you're scared of all men, you probably need to go talk to somebody, because I'm not discounting the fact that you may have some trauma that stems from a man, but you need to talk to somebody if it's impacting your life that seriously and drastically. I'm so tired of watching women make it seem like men are the only threats to anybody, the only violent ones, when I watch countless shows about women being violent. I just watched a video online of a woman, mentally ill child on the school bus. You got countless teachers who get arrested for students. You got women out having their children, having their boyfriends because they can't manipulate him or get him to do what they want him to do. So to believe that men are the only threats to anybody, the only violent ones out here, no. Bad people come in both sexes, both men and women. But to believe that y'all would rather be outside in the forest with a bear over a man, do it. Do it. I want to see you go out there in the forest, number one, by yourself, and then be out there with a bear. All right, and let's see how that go. Let's see if that's scarier than you walking down the street. Let's see if that's scarier than you going to the grocery store and having to encounter men, and men actually having to be there. All right, y'all do the absolute most on this internet. Hang these internet conversations up now. Y'all doing too much. This hypothetical question about this bear versus man in the forest is about to get a lot of y'all feelings hurt. Some of y'all women, you're doing too much. You are the bear in the forest. You need to be scared of yourself. At the end of the day, a lot of y'all are running around acting like you so scared of men, acting as if you fear for your life on a day-to-day basis. Girl, men don't even pay you no mind on a day-to-day basis. You go to the mall, they ignore you. You go to the store, they ignore you. You go to the club and the lounges with your homegirls and they talk to everybody but you. Men ain't worried about you. You could be in the forest with a bear and a man, and you got a better chance of the bear wanting to smash. It's almost comical listening to a group of women who invite strangers from dating apps to their house to smash on the first day are scared of men. I can't tell. I can't tell the way y'all be getting pregnant by strangers. Men who last names you don't even know. Men who mama you don't meet until the baby shower. I can't tell you scared of these men. Not the way you be out here giving out your address so freely and letting them come over there and Netflix and chill. The way you be going over their house when you don't even know them. Jeffrey Dahmer would have a field day with this generation, and somehow y'all scared of men. You scared to be in the forest with a man? Be for real. Y'all are comical. Nobody even takes you serious at this point because you're a joke. Every time you get on this internet and open up your mouth, it's a contradiction and you're a joke.
Oh, please go down in the comment section and share your thought. I'd love to know what you think about what she said down in the comment section. I'd like to know your own talk and your own take on this. I have a lot to say because some of the things she's saying I agree, and some of the things I'm just like, not really my personal opinion, which I'm going to share at the end of this video. But this video got a lot of people talking, a lot of women, especially women, both men and women, had so much to say and responding to our video. So let's go check out what they have to say and their thought of what she said down in the comment section. Do you think women are over exaggerating the fact that they rather pick a bear over a man, or it's just not realistic, or those, like, I just want to know your own thought down in the comment section, okay? So before we go check out people's thoughts on this, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. We post video every day, so feel free, go ahead and subscribe, okay? So let's go check out people's thoughts on this, and then we'll come back and talk more.
Dana, since 1987, has not only morphed into the female Kevin Samuels, but she's also deeply, seriously anti-intellectual and a big bully. So it's unsurprising that she would use this discourse around the bear or the man in the forest to turn it on its heel and be antagonistic and nasty to women. But it is nasty work, y'all. Like, desirability is not why people experience violence. The exact sort of thought process that Dana espouses in that video is how we silence actual victims. It is a strain of thought that often exists in the Black community, where people who are perceived to be outside of the bounds of the spectrum of like European beauty standards are either outright dismissed, or people just don't believe them to begin with when they claim acts of violence against them. Particularly, or why would anybody bother with you? And that's exactly why people will go after them. The disabled, the undesired, the visibly disabled, the undesired are very vulnerable victims because people believe that desirability is attached to how people use power. But it's an abuse of power. And the powerless are the easiest to use. And Dana would understand this if she wasn't so opposed to reading a few pages from a book. If she wasn't so petrified by history, she could learn her something. But it's above her, unfortunately.
The question about this bear versus man in the forest is about to get a lot of y'all feelings hurt.
Feelings not hurt, but I don't think we understood the question, because I'm realizing a lot of y'all are overthinking the question asked. So let me break it down for you. Would you rather be in the forest with a man or a bear? That was the question that was asked. And y'all talk about if the she with the man. That's not what the question was. And I used to follow Donna, so I used to love her until we ain't gonna talk about that. But let's break it down what it really is, right? Bears live in the forest. I know if my black go into the forest, there's a chance I'm gonna see a bear. That's usually with her babies, eating or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And usually if you leave that bear alone and that bear sees you, that bear gonna mind his business, right? On the other hand, if my black decides to go into the woods and sees a man, why is that man there? I'm gonna guess he don't live there. Why is he there? And 9 times out of 10, because he sees my black in the woods, he is going to bother me, and probably not in a good way. You understand what I'm saying? We're not even talking about who's trustworthy, what the man's like, what the bear's like, is it a polar bear? All that. If you are in a scenario in the woods, would you rather the man or the bear? I'm going to choose the bear, because the bear lives in the woods. It's that simple. The man does not. What a there. We're not going to act like we don't know what some men are in this world. She's talking about women getting pregnant, all this shit. We're not talking about dumb who still going to those men. I'm not talking about that. We're talking about safety and the reasons of being in a scenario with a bear or a man, especially in the woods, let alone if it's dark. things of that nature. I'm going to go with the bear. We all know, we've been taught, if you get in a bear and you see in the woods, you make yourself big and you go, whoa, and the bear probably going to run away scared, because again, the bear don't want no beef with us unless you beefing with the bear. And we all know we ain't the bear. We going to be minding our business if we see a bear in the woods. We all know as women, we go to the corner store, the grocery store, the gym, minding our business. And do you know who we get bothered by? Men. I've been followed to my car, chased down the block. I've been hounded for my phone number. I've been in situations where I didn't ask for, in public situations with a man, being bothered. Stop playing with me. We are not saying all men are like this. We are not saying all bears are like this. The question asks, would you rather in the forest with a bear or a man? I know why those women are picking the bear. We all do. We not going to act like we don't. Like, stop playing with me. And if that bear decides to me for God knows what reason, I'm not going to get questioned as to what happened if they me. But if a man asks me for any reason, it was, what were you wearing? What were you doing? Were you provoking? Like, let's be real. Thank you. So, reading is fundamental. Reading is fundamental. All I'm saying is, the question asks, would you rather the bear or the man? Everyone is choosing the bear. The bear lived there. That man do not. That's it. That's all it was. That's it.
Valid answer.
Some of y'all women, you're doing too much. You are the bear in the forest.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna pick you either. We're not about to act like men don't stick to anything that move. We not about to act like that. Come on now. If it got what they want in the middle, they gonna try to play with it like a fiddle. I promise you. I personally would choose a bear too. I would choose wildlife over my counterpart. I definitely would. If I stood strong and stood up real big and say, hey, bear, I'm bigger than you, to wildlife, right? There's a good chance that wildlife would be like, okay, wait, hold on. That is a little big. Let me go ahead and turn around and skedaddle. But if I do that to my counterpart is going to try to show me that they are way bigger than what I just presented myself. Right? For bears, I just got to make big ass sounds that they do not like. Right? And then I've learned from that man that be like, the more you know. A bear, they don't see humans as food. So if a bear is trying to attack you, there's one or two things. Either it's a woman bear, a female bear, and she's protecting her babies because you didn't came too close. Only thing you got to do is walk away. If it's a male bear, it's because that is hungry. Hell, throw his sandwich. I mean, I just don't know. We see every day how men are. You say no to a man, it's over with. It's over with for you. You scream and say no to a bear, they might hear that little screech in a woman's voice and be like, ugh, you know what? Let me not try to go over there to that. I don't know. But to think that somebody can't be harassed because they're not attractive, that's a stretch. Like, I know your arms hurt, girl.
Doing too much. You are the bear in the forest. You need to be scared of yourself.
When I was 9 years old, walking home from school, a man catcalled me. He said some of the grossest things that I've ever heard in my life. And I was heading home and I turned around. I was like, well, who is he talking to? And he goes, you. I was 9 years old. I've had men try to follow me home. Men chase me into public transit. Men verbally harass me. Men physically try to me. All because I either ignored or rejected their advances. What's frustrating me about this conversation between the man and the bear situation is it's very hypothetical. But what is real and what is tangible is that we have too many stories where folks like me are minding their business and end up in terrible circumstances. And rather than hearing out those folks, rather than listening to their stories, rather than having a cursory glance at our cultural landscape and asking, what is wrong with us? Folks like this want to come and condemn people for simply voicing their truth. I gotta be honest, I don't want to be in a forest And I don't want to be in a forest with a man or a bear. But even the need to ask that question tells you what level of danger a lot of people feel when encountering certain men. It would behoove us as a culture, as a people, as people in general, rather than diminish those very real experiences and rather than to disregard very real data we have about this, to simply listen. And just because you may not have had a negative experience doesn't mean others haven't, doesn't mean a lot of others haven't. Be empathetic, be understanding, or be quiet.
Old girl really got on this internet and says some of y'all are not attractive enough to, as if there aren't men sitting in jail right now for impregnating a woman who hasn't walked, talked, or breathed on her own in months, are popping up pregnant all over the world, all over the United States, because somebody was a man that worked at the hospital was a predator. They will literally stick it in an orangutan, a monkey. I'm not making it up. They shaved a monkey, chained it up, and did it for years. And you got on the internet and said some of us are the bears? I hope that you meet and marry the man that you deserve. Because you have been working overtime for the last 2 years to be chosen. I hope he sweeps you off your feet and you get exactly, you have the relationship that you deserve.
Amen.
That's all I know.
They didn't tell you what kind of man it was. They didn't tell you whether or not it was Ted Bundy. They didn't tell you whether or not.
Please don't try to come for my neck. But I believe she has some valid points. Don't get me wrong, she did come off shady with the few things she said. It may have ruffled a lot of people feathers. And don't get me wrong, I too had experienced dramatic events with a few men before. But I believe there's still good men, good people out in the world. I'm not going to project what happened to me onto every man. That's just me. I honestly feel like if you are that type of woman that, you know, just don't trust men or have this stereotype where all men are the same. You honestly need to heal or seek therapy, and I'm not even saying that to be mean or funny. Like she said, it didn't say specifically what type of bear. It didn't say what type of man. It just said man or bear. And the first thing that came to mind was predators. I mean, I get that there are dangerous men out here, but it's also genuine, loving, caring men out here too. You never know. You can be stuck in the wilderness with a man that knows how to hunt and will teach you how to survive in the wilderness. Or at least if you're going to pick the bear, say, oh, I will pick the bear so I can hunt the bear. That way, if it's cold out, the bear open, live in a bear. Use the bear fur to get warm, eat it. So if you go stuck in the woods with another person and it's no food sources, you will be stuck an actual human being. But to automatically just say it's be a predator or rapist or hell, it's just wild. I don't know, I'm just all about speaking positivity and always thinking positive on things. Maybe y'all say that's not the best route because, again, it is some crazy people, especially the things we see here on social media and the news that's really going on in this world. I understand that. At the end of the day, I have, real legitimate men that's surrounded by me. I don't want anybody viewing my brothers as predators because they're men or they're young men or anything like that, you know. You just gotta be careful with things you say. And don't get me wrong, I see why y'all are mad about what she is saying, because how she is saying it and the things that she's saying that comes off, you know, like she's trying to be shady towards women or, you know, I get that, especially if it resonate with you on some of the things she said, like easily giving out addresses, going to their places, and everything like that. And you don't know that person. That's how some of the crimes, if not all of the crimes, when it's like men, like domestic, either you were dating that person, knew them they was very close, or like that, or meet them online and moving too fast. And then again, if you're gonna hold all men accountable, also hold yourself accountable too. Even though I was a victim of things, I don't victimize myself or pity myself, and I don't expect anybody to do that to me either. I see myself as a survivor, someone who is, I'm still me, regardless of what I do, and God wouldn't put me in positions that I can handle.
Okay.
But that's just my opinion.
Your opinion is valid. Okay, so please let me know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section. But please keep it respectful. As always, love to know what you think. I have so much to say about the entire video and this man and bear situation. I feel like this situation has lingered, and the conversation, I feel like it's really getting interesting day by day. The more I keep seeing more people talk about it. The original video that people are stitching, and the lady talking about how women are reaching, how can they pick a bear over a man, da 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 da. This is my own take on this. Like the other lady stated, they said in the wood, if you see yourself in the wood, will you go with a bear or a man? A bear is supposed to be there, a man is not supposed to be there. And whether we want to play it down and say, oh, they are good men, we're not saying all men. But we women, we know that if we are in a secluded place with an unknown man, we don't even know if this man is a good man, if this man is Jeffrey Dahmer. We don't even know who the man is. If we are in a space with an unknown man, there is this fear that comes naturally for a woman. There's this fear that comes. Whether the woman should even be a murderer, a prostitute, and all that, a pick-me and all that. When you are in an isolated place with an unknown man, there is fear. So I get the part, I will pick a bear. Because I'm not going to deal with a man. I don't want to find out if this man is a good man or a terrible man. Because what will happen if it turns out that the man is a terrible man? But a bear, what you see is what you get. You don't have to second guess what the bear is. If the bear is going to attack you, the bear is going to attack you. You will know, oh, this bear is coming to attack me. If you have to avoid the bear, you can avoid the bear. But when you see a man and the man sees you and the man wants to come for you as a woman, there's nothing you can do about it. And she's trying to say, see, like I said initially, I agree with some of the things she's saying. Some of the things, not some of the things. The thing she was pointing at how, oh, we have women that have on our life their children, on our life their partner. We have women that have done terrible things. There's no dispute on that. Both genders, we have terrible people. There's no dispute on that. When you talk about, oh, that you're not pretty enough, that I don't agree with. That I don't agree with. But with all the things she listed and counted and to uncounted people's opinion and people's choice of choosing the bear, for me, it's not valid. Are they truth or what she's saying? Yes. There are pick-me women that will do anything for a man, that will sacrifice their life, everything just to be with a man. There are women that will give their phone numbers to men invite men to their house. There are women that will do that, are valid. But not in this case of a bear and a man. And this is why I feel like as people and as people that strike conversation and people that give opinion and do commentary on things, even if you cannot relate to them, try and hear other people and try to see from their own point of view. A lot of women cannot just be saying the same thing and say they are going to pick a bear over a man. And yes, we're allowed to be different. Like, being different is the most beautiful thing that's ever happened to us as human beings. We're allowed to be different, have different experience and different thought. To her, she will pick a man over a bear. It is fantastic. Like, go on, do whatever you feel will work for you. But don't try to downplay other people and try to feel like, oh, so women are not attractive enough, so no man will come for them and all that. For me, I just feel like that's just being very shady, very nasty to your fellow gender. And whether you like it or not, as a woman, we're already treated like and even as a black woman is even worse. So for you to try to discredit other women's experience, other women's thought, other women's trauma, other women's feelings because you disagree with it, for me, I don't agree with it. You guys know how I feel about conversation like this. Like, I stand strongly on respecting people's thoughts because we come from different life. So I get it. But I personally, I will still pick a bear over a man, especially if I'm in a place with a man I don't know. That I don't know if it's good or bad. I don't want to find out because it's a 50-50 chance that it could be bad. And if he's bad, he's going and he wants to come for me, that's it. We've seen different cases where women are being harassed for no just reason. A bear is not going to come and harass you. A bear will not do that. Like the other sister said, in the woods, a bear is supposed to be in the woods. What is a man doing there? So it's valid. I don't like when other women try to dismiss other women's feelings and try to make them that feel like they are overreacting and all that. I personally, I don't like it. If you cannot relate to it and if you can share, you've not shared that experience, just respect it. Than trying to degrade them or trying to make them feel no, I don't. I love her content. I'm one person that I watch her content and all that. You guys must have seen a couple of our videos there, but for this one, I totally disagree with her. So let me know if you disagree with her on this topic, on this conversation down in the comment section. Love to know what you think about this conversation, okay? So go ahead and share your thoughts. Don't forget to share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting this channel and this girl here. With that all said, guys, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.